So Chad, just a quick update. Basically, this is a Mandela effect update. I've been noticing these prehistoric type creatures that apparently never went extinct, and they're part of our reality. As you can tell here, this is a type of bird. This is called southern ground hornbill. Okay. Now, when I look at this thing, to me it looks prehistoric, and I've never seen it in my life. Okay, so my theory right now is that they are basically bringing back extinct species that were extinct in the previous reality. They're actually not extinct anymore. Okay, and how do they do this? Well, they do this by using Cern and quantum computers. Basically, they're probably just using Cern, and maybe they hook it up to a quantum computer as well. I'm not sure, but all they need basically is a fossil or the genetic code of the creature, and then they can basically they go into the system. They just program it back in. They program it back into our reality, and here it is. Now, if you remember, like 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of these videos of these birds started becoming popular, and people thought, well, I've never even seen this bird. Like, how did this happen? Like, some people thought it was CGI. People were confused, but they told us no. These things have always been around, and yes, they are prehistoric. They're prehistoric looking. They've been around for a long time. They never went extinct. Okay, they're part of our reality. By now people got used to these. Also, if you remember the giant isopod, this happened a couple, like 4 or 5 years as well. Maybe around 2015. I don't know. We saw these and we're like, hey, wait, weren't these extinct? Like, how did these come? These never went extinct. These are real. Yeah, they're real. And people just, dismiss it like as, I guess I just didn't know. I guess, just looked it over. I mean, like, I don't know what happened, but as far as we knew, we thought they were extinct, but now the news is telling us, they're not. Okay, well, we believe it. People just, they get used to it, and that's what happens. But look at this. That does not, to me, that does not look like anything I've ever seen in my life. I mean, these things almost look like dinosaurs. And also, like, I uploaded a video of this really weird creature found in Africa. This one kind of looks like the giant isopod, but not really. This looks more like a shell. Anyways, look, it lights up. It's vibrating. It even like makes a noise. And this creature right here, we don't even know what it is. Like, there's no name for it. This is just some unknown creature that this guy in Africa. You go to his TikTok, you see this is just a regular guy. Lives in Africa, and he's not trying to make fake videos or anything. This is just he stumbled across this creature. He put it in a bag and he's showing it to people. Now, if you take a look at this at the Pokedex over here, this is fiction. But I remember when I was a kid watching Pokemon, and this was before they brought back the giant isopod. Okay, seriously, like we knew that we knew when I was a kid, we knew that these things were extinct. And I remember watching Pokemon, and this was one of my favorite Pokemons because I thought it was just so interesting. There was like a whole episode about it and how it was basically prehistoric and a fossil. You know, this Pokemon lived in ancient times. On rare occasions, it's been discovered as a living fossil. But really, what they did was that they took a fossil and they used basically technology to bring it back. This this Pokemon was regenerated from the fossil of an ancient creature, and it protects itself from a hard shell. So basically, this was kind of fantasy, when I was a kid. But what if we actually have the technology now? Like, if you noticed, all the Pokemon, they can be stored in technology. Basically, in Pokemon, they go into Pokeball, and like, where did they go? We don't know. Well, basically, because they're codes. They're codes, basically. Okay, it's almost like Digimon. Like, like how can you store a living creature inside of a piece of technology? We don't know. But anyways, this is all fiction, right? But it relates to basically what I'm talking about with these creatures. What if what they're doing basically is, they are finding fossils of ancient prehistoric birds and other creatures, and either cloning it or just typing it in and reprogramming it back into our reality. Why are they doing this? I feel like, well, like some of the aliens, I'm not going to talk about the aliens, this video isn't about the aliens. In the next video that I do, I'm probably going to talk about all the different types of races of aliens, and the reptilians and other ones, and the ones that live underground. But one of the reptilian races, probably like the Alpha Draconians, are probably in control of what's going on in Cern, right? And they're basically telling them to bring back these prehistoric creatures. That's really all that I can think of. That's probably what's happening. I think I have other pictures over here. There was like this like reptile from a few weeks ago that people were like, wait, we didn't even know this existed. Like this one right here apparently has always been part of our reality. Just weird stuff, weird stuff. I feel like, seriously, like, the one that I just showed you looks like this, like either the Buzzy Beetle from Super Mario Bros, or it looks like the Kabuto, kinda, okay? So, right now, the ones that I know for sure is just this reptile that I just showed you, this creature right here, which looks like the Buzzy Beetle or the Kabuto. And then these other bird things, they look like dinosaurs. And what? And like the sheep are just gonna be like, well, I guess these were always part of our reality. I just didn't know about it. No, no. It's Cern, okay? Cern is bringing back all these creatures, okay? The news I showed, like, thought to be extinct plants and creatures. If you just look it up, look, just 3 days ago, 1 day ago, 6 days ago, just within the week or a couple weeks, they are rediscovering plants, creatures that were once thought to be extinct. Look at this. Giant cockroach thought to be extinct. They found it again. This isn't a coincidence, okay? CERN, they are manipulating our reality because our reality is a simulation. I keep trying to tell everybody. Like, seriously, our reality is a simulation. Think about it. Like, how could there be other dimensions, right, going on, but it's real? Okay? It's just like a video or a picture, right? You get a negative, you look at the negative, that's another dimension right there. Okay? So, in our simulation, there's other dimensions. Yeah, you can go and, astral travel, do whatever you want. All you're doing is exploring the code and exploring other dimensions of our reality, just looking at it different. Yeah, it seems like you can go, like, turn into light or whatever. Of course. But it's all in the simulation, and it's all programmed in the simulation, alright? That's my own personal theory. I put out my theory about the game sphere Earth. Okay, I believe that we are in a simulation, and it's a game sphere. Okay, there is a firmament, just like the Bible says. There is a inner Earth. There's creatures living in there, and anything that comes into our reality, it's a code. Okay, so they code it in. So they get the code of a certain animal, and either through a Stargate or just by manipulating the Matrix itself, it appears in our reality. Okay, that's really what's going on. But yeah, that's all for now. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Chat on out.